歡迎又翻嚟我嘅 channel 啦。咁今日咧就有一個好特別嘅 Q and A 嘅 video 啦，我就邀請咗我個老公 Daniel， 耶！
你好。
因為我老公都好怕醜嘅，同埋係唔識廣東話嘅，咁所以我諗我哋今日嘅 video 都會大部分係英文去講啦。你知唔知佢講緊乜嘢
？Nope。
咁點解我哋要拍呢個 video 呢？就係我見到好多喺 YouTube 睇我嘅新 MV 尖叫嘅朋友們呢，都有問，好想知道我老公嘅 reaction 啦，或者佢對呢個 MV 嘅睇法。咁我哋就諗住去拍一個片去睇下佢嘅諗法啦。加埋之前呢喺 Instagram 呢都有去問大家，咁難得佢喺度，咁有冇啲咩問題想問我哋呢？咁就事不宜遲。Let's start the questions.
Let's do it.
Okay, honey.
All right, what's the first one? What's
the first one is, so what did you think about the concept of 尖叫?
Concept. I mean, I really liked it. I think you've explained it to me a number of times throughout the thought process.
Yeah.
How you want it to be a message to celebrate that romance can still be there even after marriage. And I think for me, we're just seeing how it played out on the screen. Actually, was higher than my expectations. I have to say.
Higher than your expectations? What do you mean?
I guess I wasn't sure what to expect. You know.
That's true.
But I thought at the end result, after all the, I mean, I remember when we were talking, when you were going through the process, the editing and stuff. You went through a lot of struggles on how might it look and everything. And I remember I made you watch it like 1,000 times. Being quite challenged by it. But at the end of the day, I think it turned out very well. At least in my opinion.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think, of course, there's a balance between what I want to share in the message as well as having the music video like aesthetically pleasing, beautiful, in a high quality. So it's a lot of elements to a music video. It's not just this is a message and this is how I want to share it. There's like a lot of elements. So I quite like the music video. I'm quite proud of the work that I've done.
I'm proud of it too.
So now for the $1 million question. You saw the music video like a billion times.
A
billion times. So what was your reaction to the first time you saw it? Like the first moment after the first edit, what did you think?
Wow, my wife is hot.
I remember you were like, wait, why is there so little of you and Alex? Why is there not more? I was like, huh?
That is true, I did say that.
I was like, there's a lot of the aesthetics in a music video, the different images and the different outfits that I wanted to wear. I mean, there were two messages in this video. The first message is, you know, I wanted to talk about the intimacy and the romance part of a marriage and how it can, you know, stay, what do you say? What is that word? Stay spicy after we get married. And that it should, you know, have effort from both sides because, you know, marriage is a lifetime journey, lifelong journey. So there should be more effort on both sides to keep it spicy and to keep it, you know, intimate and sweet. The second part I wanted to share that, you know, women can feel sexy and feel beautiful in whatever they choose to wear. It doesn't always have to be just one type of like outfit or makeup or whatever. You could be in a t-shirt, you could be in like, you know, a power suit, you could be in a beautiful like evening dress or some sexy lingerie. It's really up to how women feel sexy and how women feel beautiful about yourself. That way when you're home and you're dressing up for your husband, you can feel comfortable and confident. I think a lot of people, I don't know if they know that you were supposed to be in the music video. When I created the concept of this music video, the 男主角, the MV main guy was supposed to be my husband in it.
Yep.
So what happened, honey?
I signed up for it too. Until a few weeks, I think maybe a month or two before the shoot.
1 month.
I did a sense check on myself, and I'm like, yeah, this is not gonna fly. I think one, because I just wasn't hitting my goals in terms of losing the weight. You know.
I still think you're very handsome though.
Oh, thank you, babe. I think other was just feeling whether or not I can actually do the video justice, do well in the video.
I think you were more stressed about that. Like
Yeah.
people need to know that Danny is very, very camera shy. Like the fact that he's even here today doing this video is like amazing. You're even shy for photos.
Yeah.
So, you know, in front of a video camera where you have to do choreography, you have to be in the right place at the right time, get the lighting, don't block someone. There needs to be like, you know, 眼神. It's a lot of techniques and it's a lot of like expertise. It's not just, you know, natural.
Yeah, I got zero of that.
No.
Absolutely zero. I think Grace can attest to that too.
But I just wanted to thank my husband because he actually did really want to try his best to be in it and support me in the video. But I think at the end, I just realized like it is a lot to ask for you because he is not an artist and he has no training in being, you know, in front of the camera. He's not a model. This is not his, you know, field of expertise. And so I didn't realize like maybe how much pressure that would have been on you.
A lot of pressure.
Then we got a really good MV lead, which is Alex.
Yeah, when I saw the video, I thought we made a really good call.
Was it funny
'Cause
when
he was
Wendy,
pretty
my
awesome.
choreographer, and Alex was doing the moves in our house?
Yeah,
Alex
it
actually
was-
came over to learn the
There
choreography.
was a lot of laughter. I remember that. That was a good time.
I was like, babe, you know what Wendy's doing on top of Alex? Yeah, that's gonna be me. Are you okay? I remember I asked you.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the end result was, I thought the more intimate moments of the music video between you and Alex were probably for me the highlights of the video. I think that's also because I know that when you put those shots together, you had, you know, us in mind as well.
Yeah, I did. Let's go to some of the IG questions. Okay, so I think a lot of you had really wonderful and quite similar questions. I think one question that many people ask is how do you build trust between each other? Like, how do you grow as a couple in God? How do you grow your relationship stronger every day? So that is like, how do you keep the relationship going and have trust? First of all, I think we have a pretty good trust system. I think we went through like 12 years of long distance, and that really made us communicate very openly with each other, with everything. Even things that other people think, oh, you shouldn't tell your boyfriend that. But during those times, because he was so far away, I felt that I should share everything with you.
I think where our relationship started, being long distance and all for quite some time on and off, it really helped us have that foundation in terms of having trust with one another, because I think the thought process, even when Grace first came to Hong Kong or throughout the years, it's always been, like, she's in Hong Kong, I'm in New York. Whatever she does, like, I wouldn't know. Whatever I do, she wouldn't know. But then it's just, at the end of the day, it's like, we just gotta lift up this element of trust to not just each other, but to also have the faith and trust to realize that Grace doesn't answer to me. I don't answer to her, but we answer to God.
Yep.
And if we are doing anything that's unfaithful in the view of in a relationship or marriage, then it's not with each other we need to answer to, but to God.
Yeah.
And I think that helped as well. I mean, a lot of people ask that question, and I think that's kind of one of the fundamentals of how we're able to maintain that relationship throughout all these years, despite only seeing each other maybe once or twice a year.
Yeah. I think there were many instances when you're in a situation and then, you feel the Holy Spirit just kind of telling you like, hey, what are you doing?
I think at the end of the day,
I think it's the trust in God.
Trust in God. That's what got us through. But I think even throughout the course of the marriage, after we moved in together, there hasn't been any element of, I think, trying to hide from one another or anything. I mean, I think we try to be as transparent as possible.
Yeah.
Because
that's a big one.
Because I do, yeah, I think that we do, like,
just being open and honest with each other.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like, when you're able to, you just tell me things that I don't think I need to know, but you tell me anyway. It just builds up that element of trust. It's like, oh, she's telling me this, and I wouldn't have asked about it, and then she decided to share. So it's just like, these things build up. And trust is not like an overnight thing. It takes time.
I think there's also an element of respect that when we hang out with like people of the opposite sex, like, it's one thing if it's like sisters and brothers in the church where we both know each other. Sometimes we will actually make the effort to actually meet them together. But when there is like certain one-on-ones with like if I'm meeting like a guy friend or he's meeting a friend that's a girl, then we just let each other know, and there's like that element of just like open, honest. It's just that type of openness that brings so much trust in the relationship. It doesn't have to be like, I never have to ask him like, hey, where are you? What are you doing? I never have to do that.
Yeah, I think it's just consideration for each other's feelings. I would want you, if you were going out with someone, you would want to let me know, and then as in return, I would also feel the same.
So another question is, how do we resolve conflict? Like, do we ever argue with each other?
By saying sorry first.
That is one smart way to go about it. That saves a lot of trouble. No, I'm kidding.
I think for us, it's also personality. I think it's hard for us to even go to sleep knowing that we're mad at each other. I think for us, the practice has always been, we try to sleep at the same time as wherever possible. But every time we're in bed, there's always a time which we spend just talking to one another. And it's hard for us to go to bed angry at each other. So we always wind up just talking it out. We might not get things resolved in a matter of a day, but at least we are able to, I guess in a way, lower the temperature before we head to sleep, or else we just can't sleep.
Yeah, or I think we're also okay if we don't solve each problem right away. Sometimes we can take some time to ask for some guidance from like our pastors or Christian brothers or sisters that we trust and we have like a really good relationship with. And sometimes it's just wonderful, like the wisdom that comes out of their mouth, or we pray together. That's also one huge thing. If we ever get into like just something we don't see eye to eye on, we tend to pray, and then we just ask God like, hey, like what are your thoughts, what's your heart on this, Papa? And then we decide. And I think prayer helps a lot. I think it humbles us, because like in front of God, it's not just about what we want and stuff like that. It's kind of like, okay, God, what is the best for our relationship? And if that means that I need to change something, then so be it. Kind of thing. But I think a lot of the times we like to hug it out too.
That's true.
I think like when I'm like, and then like I'll just hug Danny, and then I'm like, I'm so mad at you, but just doing the action of like hugging you hard and then saying I'm so mad at you, it just like cracks me up. And then we just laugh, and then some conflicts get solved just when you're not so heated.
Yeah,
right?
I think laughter is a good way to resolve or lower the temperature. Yeah. Okay, what's next?
A lot of people ask, so how do we keep our relationship fresh? We've been dating for 12 years, married for 3 years. Wow, we've been together for 15 years, babe. Since that day at Galaxy.
You've known each other for 15 years. 15 years, yeah.
I think one of the things that I appreciate is that there are things that we like to do, and then there are things that the other person doesn't really enjoy, and then we still do it for each other.
That's true.
For example, I like to dance. So in the beginning of our marriage, I would like make him slow dance with me in the living room and turn on some music like, oh, isn't this so romantic? And he's like, no. Like he's not feeling it. But now, I think after 3 years, I think you quite enjoy it. I think we have like a silly dance. We kind of silly dance.
Yeah,
which is something I think it's very sweet.
I think it's not about the big things, the big exciting things that we plan like for like anniversaries or anything. But I think it's like the little things that we do on a day-to-day basis that's not such a big deal. Like whether it's making breakfast for one another.
Yes.
Or it's just you bringing something back for me that I didn't expect you to get because
like tofu hua.
Like tofu hua. Like I mean that's like the best surprise ever.
Or like chocolate or something small.
Just know that when you were out about doing your thing, you had me in your mind, or I crossed your mind when you were on the way home or something, and then you got me something.
And I really like the hugs when we come home. No matter what we're doing in the house, on a call, or on the computer, we always try to make the effort to come out, and just give each other a hug and a kiss and just say like, how was your day? We just have that little 3 minutes when the other person comes home. I really, really appreciate those little things. Yeah, especially when you're having a hard day and you come home and your hubby is like right there to give you a hug. It just means the world. But then we also try to do like new things. Like we went bouldering together. That was fun. I have to cut my nails though. Sometimes we just think about things that we like to try.
Yeah, cycling as well.
Yeah, cycling was fun the other day
nuts.
too. I mean, we try to think of activities that we can do as a couple, even though personality-wise we're so different.
Very.
So how do we grow in God? Did we answer that question already?
I think we did.
I mean, more in depth of how we grow in God. I think church plays a huge part of that.
Community within the church.
Yes.
I think more important than anything else. Surround yourself with the right people to help you, to push you, to motivate you is important.
Fellowship.
Yep.
Bible study, whether that be separately or together.
Yep.
And just continuously, having awesome brothers and sisters praying for you, walking with you through this journey of life.
Yeah.
And then the very last one, someone said they saw us as like quite a fit couple. 其實會考慮下做一啲 couple workout tutorial. Would you consider that? I've asked Danny in the past if he would be interested in that. He's just really camera shy. This is like 好難得 that he's actually here sitting next to me and doing this video.
Maybe one day, guys. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day?
We'll see. I mean, it'll be motivation for me to get back into shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Give it a try.
But I hope we answered a lot of your questions, and I hope you enjoyed my honey bunny to be in this video with me. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you like this, click like and subscribe, and there'll be a lot of videos coming.
Good talking to you guys.
The music videos. So, oh yeah, and also any questions about like how we met and those things. We saw a lot of those questions. Please revert back to the love relationship video. I'll put the link in the bottom so you can check that out. Thanks, honey. Thanks for being in this video today.
Bye.
Love you. Bye, guys. I think 太閃啦，係啊，所以都唔可以太多。Do you know what I mean? Like Hong Kong people will say we're too sparkly. They have to put their shades on when they look at us.
Are we? People say I'm kind of dark.
Not that type of bright, but okay. Like the love is shiny.
Oh, gotcha.
The love is shiny.
Oh.
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video.